Hey TVs. So basically I just wanted to make this video to let everyone know about something that's been going on here where I live called Steubenville. And basically it's a weekend long conference for Catholics and only Catholics for kids, so, or youth I guess, for ages 17, 16 and under. And it's run by parents and ministers and priests, and people all over the country come to it. And it just so happened to be here in my town this year. And I'm a techie for the university, so I do like sound, like with mics and amps and whatever. And so I was working at the conference for the weekend. And I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what I saw. So the first night, Friday night, everything was like, it seemed pretty normal. Like, it was just probably 2,000 or so kids. And they had like a Christian rock band playing, and everyone was really energetic and singing along to, you know, Kelly Clarkson and whatever else. And I don't know, I didn't think it was really that odd. And then Saturday, from like 8 in the morning till 11 at night, basically was Mass. But it was different than I have ever seen it. Like, I was brought up Catholic, and I live in a pretty much Catholic town, predominantly Catholic. And so I've been to a Catholic Mass before, and it was different than anything I've ever seen. The priest, first of all, there was about 20, and it wasn't a church, it was like a stadium. And there were like 20 priests doing the ceremony, and the Christian rock band, like the guy, the lead singer, would actually pray with the priests. I know, very odd. And he would be strumming his guitar at the same time as he would be saying things like, Jesus, forgive me of this, and Jesus, forgive me of that, and Jesus, do this and this. And so it was really like emotional, like more emotional than usual. And the kids in the audience were extremely emotional. Like, they were crying and then laughing and then crying again. And it was really, really odd and really strange. And I don't know, like, and then anyways, after the Mass, the girls and guys were divided up into two different sections. And I saw the girls section, and they had like a young, hip looking woman on stage who was pregnant and married and like 24, and she talked about things like sex and masturbation and all these other things to these 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, saying that masturbation is a sin, and if you masturbate you're going to go to hell, and then saying that premarital sex is a sin and you're going to go to hell if you have sex before you're married. And then not only did she say if you have sex before you're married you're going to go to hell, but she said that if you kiss a boy before you're married you're going to go to hell, and if you give a guy a hand job or whatever. And she compared it to whatever you do to a guy before you're married is the same as doing it to Christ. So if you're not comfortable doing it to Christ, you shouldn't be doing it at all. So obviously you wouldn't make it with Christ. And I never knew that before, that making out with a boy was considered a sin. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you guys know about this and how it's taking place in Nova Scotia, Canada. I saw a documentary last year called Jesus Camp, and it was kind of similar to this. Like, it was these evangelical kids who were just going nuts, like bawling and rolling on the ground and screaming to be saved. And I thought to myself, thank God that's not happening here in Canada. And it is. Yeah, my town is really small. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was Wicca, which is really random, I know. But I started taking St. John's wort about a week and a half ago. And so I was on the internet Googling it and YouTubing it and trying to find information about the herb. And I came across this woman, I guess her name was Tiptoe Chick. And so she had all this stuff about herbology, and she had this thing about St. John's wort. So I watched it, and then I kept watching a few of her other videos. and she was Wiccan, and she talked a lot about her practice and her experiences with the faith and everything else. So then I went out and I bought the Wiccan Mysteries and then Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner. And they're fascinating. I think it is absolutely fascinating. To be honest, before I read the books, I thought Wicca was creepy as hell. I thought witches was bullshit. I thought the whole thing was just ridiculous. And I found out that about 50% of being Wiccan is meditation. And I'm big on yoga. I do a lot of yoga and I meditate, and because I'm very spiritual, but I'm not by any means religious. So anyways, so I read these books and they were so good. They were awesome. Basically, from what I understand, Wiccans believe in nature. That's what they pray to or do spells for. The star with the circle stands for spirit, earth, water, fire, and air, like the elements. And that's what they praise, I guess, which I think makes a lot of sense. The other thing is that they're very like unjudgmental. Like from what I understand, like there's no such thing as a sin, and there's no demons and devils, and there's no, you know, if you do this before you're married, you're gonna go to hell. It's very straight up and real. And if you, like me, used to think that Wicca was just this creepy weirdo bullshit thing, you might want to read up on it, because it's really not, and it's really cool, and it's one of the oldest religions or faiths ever, which is kind of neat. So yeah, I guess I just wanted some opinions about different things about Wicca and about this Steubenville thing that's been going on. I don't know how much detail I should go into. This video is already like 7 minutes. And this is my first vlog ever, which is kind of neat. And if you haven't, again, yeah, if you don't know anything about Wicca, I really suggest reading up on it. Alright, thanks.